Yeah. Alright.
Alright. So, I think as far as you're aware, I have birds that are just going to be in the background that you might hear.
I love it.
So, the room will be 1009, as it normally is when I make them.
Nice.
But I've got a few things I want to ask you.
Okay.
But I'll get into it like mainly when we get into the game.
Alright.
Because the secret is it's all going to be a distraction so I can actually beat you. Oh, I gotta love it.
I was not expecting that, but let's go.
No,
You're
not...
gonna like ask questions in the middle of like our set? Like
Well,
in
yeah,
the middle
like...
of rounds?
Yeah, like just in the middle, just like in general, like I want to like play this first of 10, but I also just want us to talk about the game as we play.
Nice.
You know, kind of a casual thing.
Nice. Yeah, I can get behind it.
And then I'll probably literally just upload the raw footage I have recorded on the YouTube or whatever.
Nice. I have my game like this weird thing where I would have a controller connected, but I wouldn't recognize it.
I used to have that problem, but then I got a different controller, and this one's just way better for me anyways.
Oh, nice. Oh, let's go.
But damn, I'm so fucking mad about that grand finals. I had like fucking 3 different drops within the span of like 10 seconds.
Yeah, that was rough.
Yeah.
I know what that feels like whenever I press 5B as Lost Warrior.
Who are we playing? Are we playing... Alright, we're gonna play fun characters. Alright.
Yeah.
I'm down with that.
Yeah. Let's go.
Alright, so first thing I want to bring up is... Well, the character you're known for. Not the character you used to be known for, but I do want to get to them at some point.
Okay.
But I want your opinion on Lost Warrior. Because everyone's like, oh, Lost Warrior's not that good. Lost Warrior's not that good. Meanwhile, we have 3 really, really consistent Lost Warrior players in you, Table, and Steak/Reiko whenever one of them comes out of hiding. So, like, do you agree with the people who are like, oh, he's not that good? Or do you think he's, like, got hidden potential or something?
So, the thing with Lost Warrior is that he's a wild card. He's not, like, literally, you look at his frame data, and, like, if you look at his frame data from before till now, you'd think, oh, he got major buffs. And, which is true, he got massive buffs, but at the same time, his game plan stayed the same. He wasn't gonna mix you up. He wasn't, he wasn't gonna, like, guard break you consistently. But then, you know, the kind of like Lost Warriors, we kind of started labbing like more extensively. We started trying to figure out like what is it that we can do in matchups, and I feel like that itself like really made the difference when it comes to what people think and what actually is like the character's strengths.
Yeah, that makes sense. So, where do you actually put him? Because, like, I remember when I made that community tier list, you had him, what was it, top 7?
Yeah. So, where I would actually put him is actually that, like, unironically, I would leave him there. He's the, out of all the characters that have a parry, he's the only, well, outside of Crusader, he's really the only one that can, like, consistently play neutral, break guards, and just be able to be a pain in general.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen it for myself in both the little bit of time I put into playing the character, along with, you know, playing versus you.
Yeah. So like it's really funny too, because like it comes down to like a lot of people will be like, so like a great example I can use before my brain explodes is that when Cal put out his tier list and he put Lost Warrior at the bottom, I was like, why Lost Warrior is so weak? But it wasn't really a tier list, it was more like a matchup chart for Ranger, and I thought it was preposterous that Grappler has a better time getting in on Ranger than Lost Warrior. And he listed a few reasons, but they weren't actually the reasons why it's actually a bad matchup for Lost Warrior. Because when we were playing, when we played versus what he was saying, oh, Lost Warrior just loses because of 5A dash cancel. And then I started checking his 5A dash cancel, and then I was all like, well, that's out of the window, you can't do that anymore. Because it's just not, it's not an issue for him. So then he started using Gunhawk, like, pretty extensively, and I was like, this is the reason why I can't play this matchup. Like, that, like, if he had from the start said, what are you gonna do about Gunhawk conversion? I would have automatically been like, oh yeah, true, I kind of get smoked by that. But I just feel like people just don't laugh.
Yeah. Do you have anything else that you think you want to say about, like, Lost Warrior? Just in general, like, I don't know. Oh, damn, I couldn't 2A that.
Yeah, you could have.
No, I couldn't because my 2A is a projectile.
Another reason, like I said, like that was just one example. Another reason is that, so when Lost Warrior is applying his pressure, right, he's kind of zipping and zooping on your guard. He's crossing you up, and you have to use your guard button to block all that, right?
Yeah.
What's crazy is that also means you can't tech any grabs while Lost Warrior is doing that.
Yeah?
Yep.
Oh, that was good.
I love doing that.
But yeah, like, making them have to hold the block button, it's like, oh yeah, just hold the block button and it'll block for you. But also, like, yeah, you can't fucking tech grabs while you're doing that.
I mean, you can jump grabs, but that's not a tech, is it? Like, you're putting yourself from one position to a worse position.
Exactly. I mean, if you're the one who techs the grab, you're +1, so... But even then, +1 in reality in this game isn't that good in my opinion. At least, that's what I think. Like, being plus is good, but, like... You have to be a certain amount of plus, in my opinion, is what I feel.
Yeah, that's true.
Because, you know, if you're in a tech grab situation, you're +1, but the only button you have in range is your 2A, which is fucking 11 frames. Then...
Yeah. That's, like, the main thing about Lost Warrior, right? Is, like, he has slow buttons. You can get in on him if you're ready to anticipate what he's gonna do on defense. And that's pretty much it. Like, your opponent, although they can run their pressure strings on you and they can probably open you up, it becomes kind of a guessing game for them as well, because you have frame 1 parry, frame 1 rolls. You could just choose not to do anything, and if they literally just try to bait out parry, they just lost their turn.
Yeah.
right? Because Lost Warrior, even though he's not the fastest, he's still got like things like a 7-frame 5A, which is like +3 on block. His 2A is 0 on block, and even though it's 11 frames, it covers the space he needs to cover. Like it's basically a mini 5B. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not even kidding, it covers the exact same ranges. And then you've got like whenever he just doesn't want to hold any RPS concerning a low, because you're gonna go for meaty lows on Lost Warrior. He doesn't have a DP, he has a what was it called? He has a parry, right?
Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah, right? So so like it's pretty funny to like see that people are just now realizing that Lost Warrior's got like a lot of sauce.
It took me a while.
Yeah, and to be fair, like it's only been possible because of this new patch, pretty much. Since the Grand Balance patch, all of that was possible. Because since before the Grand Balance patch, I was trying out Lost Warrior to see how he was doing. You know, in terms of like feel of how he feels to play the game, or like how often is he gonna get hoed because of his big buttons. But realistically, none of that matters when playing Lost Warrior. What matters is like the consistency and like not to be afraid to throw yourself at the opponent, because you need to be able to close the distance at any moment. Which is why I thought it was really cool that you were using 5M on Wake Up versus Launcher, because you can do that. We recently found that out, that you can totally just 5M on her on Wake Up and she won't be able to catch you in time because her 5A is too slow.
It depends on like the situation, I think, that she goes for. But I could be wrong.
Oh no, yeah. 100%. No, I completely agree.
Am I dead? No.
Oh man, maybe.
I feel like it could have been possible, but yeah, that like it makes sense. Yeah, what you're saying about Lost Warrior. Now, let's go into the second character that you used to play, but then you fell in love with Lost Warrior. Let's talk about Grappler.
I love Grappler. I still love Grappler. Oh. I just think right now Grappler is not strong enough to main solo. He's very like his matchups are so dependent. And it's kind of crazy. Like I don't understand why. Like I do understand why his matchups are like that, because he's not necessarily a big body, but also like his defense is kind of. I would honestly say his defense is worse than Lost Warriors, because you can't Tiger Knee air grab with Grappler. That's not possible.
Yeah.
Like Grappler has to commit to backdash conversion almost every time, and I'm starting to learn that there's a spacing for that. There's a spacing for that to be. Oh, nice.
Good confirm.
Let's go.
But there's a spacing where it just doesn't.
Yeah, there's a and I found this with Lost Warrior. There's a legit spacing and a timing where backdash conversion just doesn't work anymore. Which I found to be insane, bro. Because I found that with I found that out with Lost Warrior because Lost Warrior is too big to use backdash conversion reliably.
Yeah, there's certain 2As that are probably still just gonna hit, right?
Yeah, literally. Rangers 2A, most 2As for that matter. Rangers 2A, Launchers 2A, Inquisitors 2A. It's nuts. And that's why I say the matchup is 100% just I mean, not the matchup, just the character itself is just 100% matchup dependent.
That makes sense. Alright,
and that's why I dropped Grappler, because it felt like I was at the mercy of the matchup rather than me being at the mercy of my opponent.
Oh, I didn't mean to drink there, no.
Oh, damn.
But let's go on to an elephant in the room. A certain holy character who likes to use his fists.
Oh yeah, he's a big boy. All nice.
Do you think what people are saying about him potentially already being top 5, do you think that's real?
You know, when I'm on stream, I agree to things because, you know, it's hype.
Yeah, obviously,
really,
like, you want to go with the hype.
Yeah, but in my personal opinion, I really do think he has top 8 potential, but we gotta see how it looks in a little bit, right? Because from what we've seen, his 2A his 5, the first hit of his 5B, yeah, can whiff on smaller characters, so it makes it annoying trying to catch them when they're just gonna mash DP on you anyways.
So it's more of a matchup dependent thing for that, though. So I don't know.
Yeah, except he has a better matchup spread though, like than Lost Warrior, right? So it makes more sense that you can play Monk and not need a secondary.
Yeah.
Because the character's solid on his own.
I mean, like, I know playing Joker, I can't fucking DP your 6S, because it's just a projectile.
Exactly.
Actually, there's a lot of things that make this matchup, like, really troubling.
I can see, yeah.
Because, like, that... like, I can't fucking grenade pressure you.
Yeah. You gotta be ready for it. And you can't sway. You have to... And that's another thing, too. Like, Monk, he's a strong character, but he's got his weaknesses. Because his defense is not good at all, right?
Yeah. And then, like, you IS that, JS is, like, another thing that, like, makes it harder for him to, like, try and approach. I feel.
That's actually not a bad thing for him.
Really? ISing JS isn't that bad for him?
Yeah, no. He can, some of the Korean players, they found that he can actually just do it so low, he gets a run-up punish grab.
And you do it as you say it. That's crazy.
I know.
You just will it into existence.
Yeah. Like, that's what I was trying to do to you in the last time I had you in the corner. I saw that you IS'd it. So I was like, okay, I'm just gonna try to get the grab. But then I was like, oh, I didn't do it low enough. Nice. Yeah, like, long-reaching 2Bs also, like, killed his character.
Yeah.
But, you know, obviously, it's not the end-all be-all, because Sway also is just a ridiculous move.
True. Let me out.
No.
But, what about the rest of the DLC? Because I know you've dabbled a lot with Spectre, teeny tiny bit with, Monk and Battle Mage. What do you think about them?
So, you know what's funny? Before Monk dropped, right, you already knew that I was playing Spectre, right?
Yeah, character's bad fun.
She's a lot of fun. But her issues lie in that she has a lot. Like, she's like every other parry character. She has weak defense, but like it's not even just that. Like, it's also the grappler problem, where it's very matchup dependent. You can't play the character by themselves.
Yeah, that makes sense. You can do that, no! I thought you had the 4S from there and you couldn't 6S.
Oh, maybe.
Which, that sucks. But, yeah, Spectre definitely needs a secondary, I feel. But she can do some saucy shit.
Oh yeah, no, she does a lot of damage when she's in Gold Cube, which probably is blasphemous because I sometimes think like Gold Cube is her only good cube.
What does her clear cube even do? What does it do? Exactly, you can't remember.
I choose not to remember because that's how Sleeper was. It wasn't like her clear cube is cool, but like it doesn't really add to her game plan, which is she needs the installs to get the damage, right? But the clear cube has it so that okay, you don't need the installs for the damage, but also like you're missing out on huge damage once you get into the install. Like in terms of like from Gold Cube to
and then Brawler and Battle Mage. Because two completely different ends of the spectrum. Let's be honest with those two characters. One of them's really good. One of them is fair.
Oh, I love that saying, fair. That's a great way to put it. Yeah, I mean, there's not much more else to say about Battle Mage other than just she's fair, which means like she's gonna let your opponent interact with you. She like it's pretty weird. Like when I first picked up Battle Mage, I was like, oh my god, she's gonna be so broken because this Gold Cube is like everything she needs. And then I think it's kind of disappointing that she has the lowest HP. She's a part of the pool that has the lowest HP in the game.
Yeah, I would think Inquisitor.
Damn, tied with Inquisitor? That's crazy.
Second lowest bracket.
Ah, I wanted the style.
I was trying to bait you because the second and third hits of the Rekka are gapped, and I was hoping you'd roll and I'd convert punish.
Oh, I was mashing DP. And then Brawler. Oh, I stopped playing Brawler because I legit thought he was too good for me.
Damn, that's crazy. As you're playing Monk.
I know, right? But like, you know what it is about me? I need my characters to have flaws, so that way I can like kind of like mind game around them too. Whenever I'm like playing in bracket, like, oh, I'm weak to this. Sure, I can. I've labbed against that. Or in my own way, because like I don't know if you've noticed, but I don't lab. Like it's very rare that you'll see me.
I've literally never seen you boot up training room. I've never seen you do it.
Exactly, but like that's not to say that I'm not practicing my character. I am, but I'm choosing to do it in an active environment rather than it being like in practice mode, because that's where you learn the best. Like you saw me boot up Monk in practice mode one time. You can count it. One time. Every other time was me just theory crafting on how to combo with him. And how to pressure. And I think yeah.
That's the matchup in a nutshell there.
10-1, let's go. Oh man, like, and I think that's really cool, like, wait, what was I talking about? Oh, I was talking about myself. That sucks. Yeah. Let me go back to talking about Monk and Brawler. So, right, I need my characters to have flaws, bro. Because otherwise, if I feel like I have no weakness, that legit makes me feel overconfident whenever I'm playing. Like, Brawler, I'm just gonna 4M whenever the fuck I want, right? Like, but no, there's so much more nuance than just that. And the fact that people get away with that kind of says a lot, because people like, and I've seen like a lot of brawlers, they just 4M and call it a day. They're like, oh, defense, I'm gonna just 4M, bro. Like, okay, now what happens if I beat out your 4M? And I feel like a great example of that happened during TNS with me and Lupro. when I was doing JA, like you may have been wondering, why does he keep doing JA JM on Brawlers 4M, right? But that's because I'm specifically calling out the frame day conversion. So if they convert off of JA, right? If they convert, the JM frame traps the conversion, and I get a punish.
That sounds nasty.
Yeah, right. But
then JM's a really good starter.
Exactly. But he wasn't doing that, right? So I didn't adapt. That's my fault. I didn't adapt, and I didn't start using JS after JA, which would have left me safe. But the only issue about that was that if he converted off of the JA, after the JS, after I like sideswap him with the JS from his 4M, if he converts, he actually can catch up to me and punish me.
I mean, that's just how crazy the character is.
Exactly. So that's why I was throwing out JA, JM so much. Because I'm trying to catch him trying to convert off of it. And he did convert off of it once, but it was from an unoptimal setup. Which, to me, I was just like, well, that's just great.
Alright, now, here's a good question as well. What do you think about the general state of the game? Like, do you think the game's, like, overall balanced? Like, I know everyone says, oh, everyone is viable in this game. Do you think that's true, though? Because there are some people who be like, oh, Ghostblade, Troubleshooter, Grappler, Enchantress, they cannot compete.
Alright, I mean... And this is a really good question, because it may sound like I'm gonna contradict myself right now, because I did say Grappler is not viable. I did mention that Grappler, Spectre, they're not viable as like solo mains because of their weaknesses. They require way too much interaction with the opponent. But at the same time, nothing says that you can't just lab the matchup and then just go ham in a let's say in a tournament setting, right? Because I feel like that's kind of how I got my start, right? I went like, and I keep using myself an example, but like that, nothing else I can think of right now.
There's nothing wrong with that.
I just don't want to make it seem like I'm like pompous or like fucking, you know, like I'm just an inflated ego or whatever. I hate that, but
well, I mean, the best experience you have is whenever you play yourself, so it makes sense.
Yeah.
So, go ahead. Sorry to interrupt you.
Nah, my bad. I was drinking some water. So like back in like season 0, which is like patch 1 that we had for DNF.
Yes.
I nobody knew who I was. I tried entering TNS and I never got top 8. I probably got really close to it.
That was back in like O2 days. And
yeah.
Nowadays, it's still O2 days, unless people actually show up.
Yeah. Bro,
because
like
the only people who play the game now are all the like really, really good players, and I'm just here being like, well then.
it just got a lot, bro. But no, like you do really good though. Like even like, cause like these things, you know, when I say you just got a lab, it's not so much that I'm saying, oh, go into training mode and practice. No, I mean like get as many games as you can. That's what I mean when I say you got a lab, because experience, you know, practice makes perfect, but nothing replaces experience. Like hands-on experience, there's nothing that can replace that.
Yeah.
So like, you know, like literally like labbing, you can lab anytime you want. You can lab in the middle of a match, you can lab in the middle of a tournament set. Like it like if you want to try something, do it and then see what happens.
Yeah, that's fair.
Let me go back to that point that I was gonna make. So back when in patch 1 of DNF, like release patch before ground balance patch hit, we had I was playing Grappler, right? And Grappler, you know, at the time I knew he was like god tier garbage. You could not solo main him because he legit required frame perfect inputs for his optimal combos. and that was just no good.
Yeah. He also technically had the Infinite back then, but those were also frame perfect.
Yeah, exactly. And then, so I was getting fed up with Grappler. That's why when the Grand Balance patch rolled around, I started playing Lost Warrior, because I was really interested in playing a character that didn't have me lose to myself.
Yeah.
Because I guessed wrong. I wasn't with that. Like, I get it. Ooh, you jumped my grab. Oh, I'm punishable, though. That was so lame to me. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna shift my focus over to a more neutral based character where I can apply pressure in creative ways. And that Lost Warrior fit that role perfectly.
Yeah.
And when, what was the question again? I forgot.
If the like worst characters of the game, quote unquote worst characters of the game, are viable or not, pretty much.
Oh yeah. Oh, and so yeah, and to get back to Grappler real quick, that so like at that time when I was playing Grappler and he was legit considered bottom one, I was still bringing it to game 5 versus Tenured.
That's player diff right there. If he wasn't carried, no. I kid.
No, don't do that. You know,
Oh.
and like we all know Tenured at that time was like the GOAT for NA.
Yeah.
Like it was him, Blue, and Cal, right?
And
I would
Blue,
say that.
Cal, maybe Hubert. If this is are we talking about Grand Balance patch, or is this before Grand Balance patch?
This is before.
Before? Okay, yeah. Then I would not put Hubert there quite yet. Once Grand Balance patch came out and buffed his character, I think that's when like Hubert really took off.
Yeah, he definitely saw.
Oh, and
I didn't play against Hubert too much. I only played him against in bracket, and that was hell for me because that's a terrible matchup for Grappler.
Yeah.
I was pulling my hair out. I was like, damn, I can't win this.
Honestly, another player that I'd put in that like launch patch would be Jax Vex, because his launcher was cooking back then as well.
Yeah.
And then they kept buffing the character, and oh my god, we're in so much trouble right now. Like, character's not top 5, but the character's top 5.
Oh yeah. Like, it's really funny. But man, so like when it comes to like character viability, obviously I don't care about character viability. I just care, if you pick a character, I think it's important to understand what their strengths is, what their weaknesses are, and how to mitigate, how to like play around those weaknesses and maybe turn them into your strengths as well.
Yeah. That's
right?
Like the whole reason to do double JM with Inquisitor. If you're doing double JM, besides calling out someone trying to 2A you, you're trolling.
Yeah, exactly. So Enchantress, you can look back into my streams. I will openly say Enchantress is probably the worst character in the game right now because her neutral doesn't work in the current meta. Right? Because we have a lot of characters with projectile invul buttons, full screen dashes. Either that or they're also zoning you as well. And and her projectiles, for it to even like be considered a proper projectile where it won't get like pierced for other projectiles, she has to charge it, and that's literally like herself. That's literally the character saying, I think it's time I lose, because she ends up losing all that screen.
Yeah, but I mean, there are ways to set up a safe way to get the full fireball, but the problem with that is you have to go in the showtime, and then you do like the fucking 80 mana fucking mad flamethrower just for that one fireball, and that's just not worth it most of the time.
Right, you're better off trying to play neutral, or trying to find a better way in, other than just using your projectiles. Now, I will say this, I think her thorns are good.
What, the 6S or the 6M?
I don't remember which one it is, but I know...
Is it the one where it like she hits the ground with her hand and then waves of thorns come up, or is it the full sweeping like whip thing?
No, it's the one with the grounded thorns.
Oh yeah, that move on block is actually like kind of a crime.
Yeah, like it's really good. Sets ups for tick throws too. Like it's nasty. But that's it. I mean, her doll, she only ever uses her doll whenever like honestly, I don't ever see enchantresses use doll in a way that I think would be a good way to use doll because doll never does anything for
I
them.
think that's a matchup thing because I know with at least Inquisitor, you can literally just legit how you play the matchup into Inquisitor as Enchantress is you zone them out until you get them into the corner.
Okay.
Because like if you're standing like end to end, Inquisitor can't JM you, so you're just gonna punish their JM with 5B, and you force them to jump by sending the doll. Because then, you know, you dash block the doll, but then as soon as you block it, they 6M you or they do 6S in the thorns, and you're back to full screen. It's like mini launcher essentially is how she plays. I feel sometimes.
See, I don't have that much doll experience. I might hit up Ibis in the grind to get some games in with him, but I faced Riazo recently, and you're definitely right. Definitely, I might be just privileged in the matchup because, well, maybe, but most of the characters that I play always have had some way to get around Enchantress's like neutral, even her pressure, especially her pressure. Even though like I'm literally just rolling. I never use parry against people against people that can blatantly exploit it. So like Enchantress never countering, Launcher never countering. Why? Because they can easily explode me for doing that. I'm not gonna do it.
Exactly.
Right, and that there goes like making your weakness one of your strengths. Oh, they think you're gonna parry. They're probably gonna take a break or try to meet you with a low. Then you hit them with a JM. Or you start double rolling to get out of the corner and return to neutral.
Yep. What was the next question I had? Okay. We're gonna go from the worst to the best, and I want to know your opinions on the characters. Starting with the number one enemy of most people, even though the actual top players don't say he's, top one, but we're going to talk about Ranger first.
Oh, okay.
So obviously, Ranger, he has the really, really strong 2A. He has the dash cancel and whiff 5A. He has Gunhawk. He has extremely good set play. At least, that's what most people think. What do you think about it? Because I do think there are some things you can abuse. Like, if he's trying to gunhawk you, this is one of the things that labbing it, like actually going to training room and labbing, it works. It doesn't matter if they gunhawk 5B, gunhawk 5B, gunhawk, gunhawk 5B, gunhawk. Whatever string they do, is the two strings that they do. Because everything else is bad with it. And then you just do the timing, IS right before the explosion, you IS the explosion.
Yeah, I heard. I heard the explosion was like 4 frames to get it, or like a singular frame. And I'm like, oh great.
It doesn't feel like a single frame, honestly, because like I'll consistently do it versus GoldenEye.
Okay.
And then I would say Cal, but I don't play Cal. I should hit up matches with him at some point.
See, and this is where like this is why I like being able to like discuss these things with you and the chat whenever I'm live, because I really do think you guys have good ideas, because I know you guys lab for a fact, and because I don't lab, I think it's really funny because instead of labbing a way out, I just labbed better situations for myself basically through just matchup experience. So like something I've noticed after a while was that, okay, if I'm in the corner versus a ranger, what are my options? Well, guard cancel pretty much. But also like after they JB and you block the JB, the 2-way isn't guaranteed you can roll through that. and then you can double forward roll, which is like I think is the best part about it. You can double forward roll and you can escape, not for free, because obviously they can try to punish you, but if they fail to punish the first roll, you get out and you return to neutral. And now you're not in the corner anymore, they are, and Rangers defense, although is pretty decent, I won't say it's like the best defense in the game, but it's decent.
I would say definitely the weakest part about his defense is its guard cancel. Like, it hits up surprisingly high, but it doesn't hit out as far.
Yeah.
Oh, real quick, because talking about guard cancel, another big problem with... This is funny, about Enchantress versus Inquisitor. In the general pressure that Enchantress does to Inquisitor, whenever she's pressing any of her buttons, Inquisitor can't guard cancel. She just slow crushes it. And the guard cancel goes right over her and you get punished.
That's rough.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry to go off topic like that. I just remember that and it was funny.
No, that's alright. Yeah, that's good. What was the question again?
We were talking about how the Rangers defense was kind of just there. And yet everyone lets the Rangers get away with DP.
Yeah, I mean, maybe, I don't know. I think this is definitely one of those, like, I'm privileged with good matchup. Because, like, okay, so, like, obviously Rangers DP is really bad. Is really good until it either whiffs or they try DPing and you blocked. Like, that's the only two times where it's really bad. Every other scenario, I think the DP is fine, or like maybe even like
it's a fantastic
underutilized.
It's a fantastic anti-air.
Yeah, like no kidding. It's actually a really good anti-air because it's 360 degrees. And it might not anti-air like too far into the air, but I think that's fair.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's fair for the character doing what he's doing. That's pretty fair.
All right, we already.
So, yeah. Oh, my bad.
I was gonna say we already kind of talked about Brawler.
Yeah.
So.
But I would like, if you want me to place Ranger somewhere, I would definitely keep Ranger top 1. Like, I don't think Ranger would go to like even top 8 even. Like top 3, yes. Yeah, I could see someone making an argument that he's not top 1, but top 3. Yeah. I'll take it. I'll be like, okay, yeah, there's Brawler in the game, sure.
All right. And speaking of Brawler, there is a part of Brawler that a lot of the cast has that I don't think people abuse enough. And I want to talk to you about it. And that is ignoring defensive options, specifically ignoring guard cancels.
Oh, man. I feel like I know what you're talking about.
Because I'm going to name off a few options that all completely ignore guard cancel that you can do on reaction to their guard cancel.
Mm-hmm.
We have Brawler 4M.
Being the fastest one.
Yes. We have the classic Vanguard Behead. He was the original, in my opinion, that would do it. Before Berserkers, this is going to be the next one, started using their conversion when they saw it.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have kind of Troubleshooter who can do it. And I guess you can do comboable DPs, is what I'll say for that.
Oh, okay.
But also the fact that Troubleshooter just gets access to White Life through Drink if you choose to go through Drink, instead of going for like a safe jump or normal Oki, which is what I do mainly. But that's because I love the Drink's buff that it gives you. I love the White Life gives you more mana.
Yeah, and realistically, taking that drink is never a bad idea if you're doing it in like a safe situation, because now you have White Life, you have mana, you have a damage buff on top of the damage buff you receive from your clear cube. Like, it's actually disgusting.
Yep. And I mean, you have Inquisitor's DP who does it, but hers is limited to them having oil on them. And then you have I feel like there's another character that I'm missing before I say this one. You have the most recent character in Monk having 4 SM. And
Oh, yeah.
just doing that, especially in Gold Cube, even if you start whiffing a button, you see their guard cancel, you just press it, and they die. What is your opinion on ignoring guard cancels? Because I don't feel enough people talk about this aspect of the game.
So the thing that's really interesting because I haven't even thought about it like as ignoring guard cancel. I always thought of it like, okay, so if you can react to this, I die. But you know, good luck reacting to it though, because I'm gonna switch up my timings. I'm probably gonna spam it a little bit just to see where you are. But yeah, like it just I never, yeah, that's really interesting. I never really thought of it like as if, you know, those characters were ignoring guard cancel, but that's a really good way to put it because they are, but they, yeah, I think it just comes like it's definitely broken. Like it's a really good ability to have in this game, especially because guard cancel being one of the better options for resetting to neutral, more often than not better than a DP. I feel like. I think it still comes down to like how the player is going to use it because the character might have it, but if the player is just, you know, they can't react to these things, they're not going to make it very far with that character.
Like,
right? Because they're not utilizing one of the tools that is made to that makes them broken.
Yeah, and like the reason why I wanted to bring this up was because what was it, a month or two ago from the time of this being recorded, I was watching Luan's Twitter, and he was literally just practicing that. And it was like,
I remember that too, yeah.
It's like, people just need to talk about it more. People need, if they practice that, suddenly a whole lot of characters get a whole lot better. Like Vanguard, even without, they are not reacting to guard cancel with Behead. They are not doing that right now, even offline. And the character's already probably in like the top half of the cast. But they want to downplay the character. But as soon as they start doing that, applying that to their game plan, I feel like the character's gonna shoot up. Not like top 5 shoot up, because top 5 of the game is just so broken right now. I don't think Inquisitor's top 5 anymore. I truly don't.
You don't think Inquisitor's top 5?
I do not.
We could talk about that next if you want. But real quick, to add something to what you just said. Vanguard, I think Vanguard is in a really special place right now because he's not bad, but he's also not the, you know, he's like if Monk didn't release and I ended up not liking Monk, I definitely would have probably tried playing Vanguard again. Because I feel like that character goes so hard, and also like you know, you have to pray they're not reacting. You know, like you have to pray they're autopiloting, almost, right? Like you have, like, oh, I'm a guard cancel here because my guard bar is getting low, and then they behead you, and you're like, oh.
And then you explode because Behead's like the second best starter of his kit. Yeah,
it's so funny. Like I've been hit by that so many times. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna guard cancel here because my guard bar is getting low. Then I get whacked by a head, and I'm like, oh, well, at least I have more HP. But like for lower HP characters, I feel their pain because they basically get taunted by that.
Yeah, I've been taunted by Luffle before from that happening.
Dude, like it probably sucks more for characters with low HP. Actually, that's something I want to bring up. I don't know if you had this planned or not, but low HP characters, I'm gonna start saying this on stream too, but low HP characters kind of suck.
Yeah, having low HP in this game is bad. That's another reason why I don't think Inquisitor's top 5 is because she is that low HP.
But she does the damage though.
Okay. Here's my problem with she does the damage. She's a 2 to 3 touch character based on you know, who you're fighting. But so is everyone else. So, like, you can't say, oh, she has the damage, if everyone else is also doing it.
That's true. Can't argue there. That's true.
And then...
I think...
Go ahead.
It's just really funny because we have like most people will put Striker and Kuno in top 3, and after me just saying low HP characters suck, those 2 characters alone actually do make top 3.
Well, there's reasons for that.
Oh yeah, I know.
Well, first off, they are Kuno and Striker. They're 950, and then Ranger is 980. So they're all below 1,000, but they're still above that threshold of, oh, you're 930 or below. They beat that threshold because a good amount of the cast can easily TOD 930 and below.
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure there's not a single character that can't TOD from a 930.
Yep, minimum 900. Like if the only character who can like not do that technically is like Enchantress, but like that gets into weird like, oh, is command grab into a couple of hits into the follow-up, is that one combo or no? Because the game doesn't consider it, but it technically is.
Oh
it's
yeah,
all
that's
true.
one combo. It's a restand pretty much, but like
Yeah.
without the necessary mix-up part after, it's legit just, oh yeah, you got command grab, GG.
Yeah. And then you just do like fucking 4 or 5 fireball loops into fucking whatever super.
Yeah. And that's yeah. I mean that's why I'm like, okay,
Then again, Enchantress, low health character, so it doesn't matter if you have that command grab. She's 900.
yeah. But that's exactly why it's so risky to play these hybrid ward characters, because at any, like, you may have all these strengths, but your one weakness is that you have low HP, and I feel like that can make all the difference. Because yeah, like Striker is a menace. Striker has great neutral, great pressure, and can guard break you for not having 100 mana. Or even just for overextending your mana pool.
And then
right?
She also has the S button card cancels, which goes back into what I was talking about before in reacting to guard cancel with DP.
Yeah. Yeah, like the character are obviously, like, Striker's really good, Kuno's really good because they have all these tools, but their one weakness is that they have low HP. That's it.
Yeah, and we saw how low HP 850 Swiftmaster, low HP balances out the character, right? In fucking launch patch. And then you have Inquisitor launch patch, who's tied for the same HP, and Enchantress, who's tied for the same HP in that patch as well.
Yeah. I just, you know, it's just funny because, like, these are characters that the characters you're naming right now, these are characters that are perceived as strong by the community, but to me, in my eyes, because, you know, I guess I'm privileged by the matchups, I think these characters are kind of weak. You know, I kind of look over to, like, big bodies, and I'm like, you guys might be better than these guys, because tell me, like, realistically, like, I don't know what the Crusader matchup spread is like, but I'm pretty sure he beats Striker.
The little bit I played Striker, I would have to disagree. Solely,
oh, for real?
Solely because of once Striker gets that first hit, Crusader's only defensive mechanic is guard cancel. You can't DP him. You can't DP with him, sorry.
Oh,
because
okay.
You're either going to get 1-inch punched on Oki, and obviously you either get hit by it, you block it, in which case it's plus, or you DP it and you have that armored DP. But because the hit of the DP is so late, she can 1-inch punch, hit the armor, dash cancel, dash block.
Yeah, I remember that being a thing. I remember seeing that one day. I was like, yo, that's pretty good. Like they really let her dash cancel off of one punch.
Yep. And then if you're a player who's not skilled enough to do the dash cancel dash block, you can just cancel the 1-inch punch in the 5M and hit the armor with a low anyways.
True.
So
yeah, it's a lot.
And then you roll the
I
1-inch punch,
it.
he just fucking 5Bs you.
I think if this was like pre nerf Crusader, I feel like
he would have the robbery factor.
yeah, I think he still does though because of Apocalypse being there. Like that's the main thing I was just thinking about. To be honest, I was just like, honestly, Crusader can threaten GGs to anybody with Apocalypse.
That is very true. And like fucking guard break, and then that's another thing that it goes all the way back to ignoring guard cancel is when we got the fucking Grand Balance patch, the buff that no Crusader ever used but is fucking insane is cancel any of his buttons besides Orb into 4S. His parry.
Yeah.
Which, oh, you guard canceled, I'm parrying you.
Well, you know what's funny? His guard cancel, his parry isn't like frame 1 either.
No, it's not, but once again, you can still react to it, to guard cancel with it. And it's not frame 1, but it's just like you're going to have to be faster than you do your fucking 4SM on Monk or your Behead on Vanguard. You're just like going to have to do it faster and react faster.
Yeah. I think if he was already in Awakening or if he had Grace active, it would be better to just DP though.
Yeah. Especially because it lost its hit of armor.
Yeah.
But it losing the hit of armor was, once again, back then, ignoring the guard cancel.
Bro, like, if I'm surprised we didn't get more Crusaders back then. When Crusader was strong, because Crusader was such a menace. Like he would go into a guarantee, he would put you in a combo, and then set up Grace on Oki and have 1 hit of armor. What were you supposed to do against that? Like,
not much, because if you tried to press something, you know, the armor would just go through and the button would still hit.
right, and it wasn't like he only had like, oh, you could still open him up. No. His like his whole body had armor. He could DP and take a hit and still have the armor because his DP overrode it.
Yep.
It was ridiculous. But, you know, whatever. At least that's gone now.
Yeah.
So it's not worth talking about too much.
Oh, what? We talked a little bit about Striker and Kuno. Is there anything you want to add to them?
Yeah, I honestly, to kind of get back to what I was saying a little bit ago, because I just remembered it. Yeah, I think the big bodies have more potential than like the unexplored characters. I'm talking like Crusader, Vanguard. Like they're not unexplored, but they're underrepresented in the community in terms of like what the community thinks of them in the patch, and not even the patch, in the tier list. Because having Vanguard anywhere near bottom tier, I think that's outrageous, especially when Vanguard won Evo.
Yeah.
Like we can't keep downplaying these characters just because, oh, these characters are just way better. No, these characters are good too.
That's what I'm saying, and you're just a better voice for it. So.
Maybe I am. I don't know.
I mean, like, I just feel like I don't even know how I want to say it.
Just say it.
I'm trying to word it that like it makes sense, because like I can think it out in my head, but like, so a lot of people, I feel, will overlook certain strengths.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like, really emphasize the weaknesses. Like, even I'll admit, I do that with Inquisitor. But, like, there's a reason I emphasize those weaknesses. Because if you abuse those weaknesses, you will, you know, you'll either open me up if I'm on the defense, or you will take your turn back. Like, that's what a lot of these characters have, these things. Like, for example, I just fucking fought Ganondorf's launcher. Like, there's things I can do, but, like, the matchup is, like, it's a hard 5-5. It's a really fucking hard 5-5. Where, like, in theory, it should be even. But then you get to play, and then it's like, you don't jump launcher at all, unless you're striker and you have the dive kick.
Yeah.
You don't roll, but you have to roll to get in versus her. Because you can't dash block, because you're going to run up, block something, they're just going to do the 6M. And unless they're doing the 6M right in your face, you can't do anything about it.
Yeah.
Because, like, you roll too early, you're getting sent back to full screen because you rolled too early. You roll too late, then you're getting hit by fucking 2A or 5A.
Yeah, that's why, you know, the other day when Dysphoria was in chat, I was talking to him, and he was saying, yo, I really want to talk to you, to show you this, to show you why I think, Launcher isn't top 3. And I was all like, alright. And so we talked, and he was going over, like, things that I can do on defense to make it harder for her to enact her game plan, right? Which, to be fair, her game plan is to just push you to the corner with Extruder and wait for mana to come back. That's it.
Yeah. But then she has fucking 5A, 2A.
Yeah, like
5B.
Yeah. She has all these other things that she can do. She can, like, stagger her 5A, her 2 ways. She can throw out a grenade at you, and all that is fine, you know. But the thing is, like, I don't think, like, I was like, and I'm not throwing shade, but, like, Dysphoria was giving me really good tips on how to deal with the matchup, and I learned a lot from it. But at the same time, I didn't hear any explicit weakness to the character.
Exactly.
I just heard, oh, you can do this to kind of bait me into this. And I was like, oh, that's cool. And in the back of my mind, I was like, so what you're saying is just keep doing what I was doing, but better. Cause, like, so basically he was giving me an example. He was like, oh, you can dash block into my grenade, and if I slide into you, you win the scenario.
Well, how are you gonna react to? You can do grenade into whatever you want. That's the problem with
exactly.
Because if it's grenade slide, you're already dash blocking. Well, what if it was something else? What if it wasn't slide?
That's the thing too, because, like, she's so plus. Just from making you block grenade, she can whiff 4S and still counter hit you.
But then if you dash block it, that's the, like, whole idea. Because 4S is unsafe on block. But the problem then becomes, it literally slide, the fucking grenade slide, that in itself is its own, like, mini mix-up, I guess is what I'll call it, with air quotes that no one can see. Because it's going to be grenade hold, grenade 5S, grenade 6S if you're a taller character, and grenade weight or grenade 4S. It's one of those options, and each of those options has its own unique way to deal with it. Just like how Ranger, his grenade Oki, there's like 7 different interaction points, and each interaction point has its own way to deal with it.
Yeah.
And you're calling Ranger's grenade Oki extremely, extremely, extremely strong, but you're saying, oh no, grenade is weak. Grenade into whatever's weak.
Yeah, because I think it had something to do. I don't remember it, like, too much. I just remember, like, going over some, like, defense things that I could be doing in the matchup. But and you know, I was just like, okay, like, obviously this isn't, like, my stopping point. I can lab further. He just gave me the blueprint for it, right? And then I noticed that, you know, I was kind of just sitting there wondering, okay, so if I can't do this, this, or this, I'm just gonna block. I'm just gonna block after, and then that was the answer.
Yeah, you're blocking, and then your guard gauge is at half because you didn't IS nuke properly, or you got hit,
Oh no!
or you blocked
Yeah.
2 6Ms, and she's
Well,
low on mana, but she has great stagger pressure.
You can't do it. Well, so like it's funny because like when launcher is using her extruder loop on your guard bar to like push you to the corner, I think at that point, like when she runs up to you to get the second one going, just guard cancel her right there. Make her like once you see that she spent the mana, guard cancel her, and then that way you have an actual chance to play the neutral.
That's another problem that I don't like about the matchup with Inquisitor, is because once again, Inquisitor's guard cancel, unless you're like right in her face or you're tall, which Launcher is tall, but her running animation makes her like crouch down, and like a lot of her buttons make her like kind of lean back. So guard canceling her with Inquisitor is kind of hard.
Damn, I kind of felt that. You know, I was like, damn, I definitely just said some privileged ass shit right now. Just guard cancel, bro.
Just guard cancel. Just guard
Yo,
cancel.
like, I'm not even kidding though. Like, Lost Warrior has one of the best guard cancels in the game. And it's
So
not
good.
the best one. Cause, yeah, it's really good. Like, you can low profile it, sure. Like, it's not even that bad though. Like, it's hard to low profile. First off, like not many characters can low profile it. I think only like Kuno and Striker can do it. Cause it's crazy. Like it's literally a 360-degree guard cancel. Cause it hits from behind them too.
Technically, so is Inquisitors, but the problem is generally
Yeah,
you're guard canceling in the corner, so that
Yours
behind
is
hit never really
as
matters.
mine, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that works, you know. Having a better guard cancel just for certain matchups, that's literally why I hated playing Grappler so much.
Yeah,
Because
that guard cancel
Grappler,
sucks.
bro, like
Isn't it
when
literally just like his 2S?
yeah, it's his uncharged 2S the whole time. I'm like literally when I said earlier that Grappler's defense sucks. Bro, his defense sucks. The only thing saving that character is that he does damage and his parry can be held. You can hold his parry to extend it.
Only character that could do that, by the way.
Only one. But like it's such a bad like it's not even like okay, yeah, the parry thing is kind of goated though. But like his guard cancel can be low profiled, is stubby, and generally you it's just not a good guard cancel. I literally I'm so happy I stopped playing Grappler.
To any grappler players out there, keep playing the character. Make life easier for us.
No.
I kid. Let's see. What other thing is there any characters that you want to talk about right now, since we're here?
I think Monk. I definitely do think Monk has a seat at top 8 for like the tier list.
Yeah, definitely.
Cause his mix is literally just brain dead. It's either, oh, I did 5B, did you block it? No, yes, okay. Do I feint for a 2B? You know, like if like in the case like in the flowchart, if like he blocked the 5B one, do I go for 2B? Yeah. Did he get hit? No. Okay, I'm gonna sway back to neutral. Like, whoa! You gave an infighter the sway, bro. It's basically Inquisitor's bottle without the bottle.
Yeah, but faster. And then leads into Sway M.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Also, Sway M being an overhead? Are you kidding me?
I mean,
You know how many people I've opened up?
It's a knowledge check, but it's also so fast sometimes.
Bro, no, it's honestly, I don't even think it's a knowledge check. It's legit. It's legit mix. Because if you condition your opponent to always block low on Oki because you keep doing meaty 2B, guess what? Next, at any point, I might drop a combo and I'm gonna throw out 4 SM and you're gonna get hit because you think you're already conditioned to block low. Yeah.
Ugh. And then one thing I want to talk about his 5B is on the shorter characters of the cast. I don't remember the whole list. I just know Inquisitor is one of them. But the first hit whiffs, and then the second hit will come out. You don't have to like guess high-low, but the problem with that is because the first hit is coming out, the second hit comes out faster because there's no block stun.
Oh,
so
really?
So it's hard to react to. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Not impossible. It's not impossible because like the other day I went and I practiced it, and you can do it consistently offline if you practice it, but the problem is I feel like you have to consistently like remember that like, oh hey, this 5B is going to be faster now. Because like I'll play a taller character where the actual 5B 2B mix works, like troubleshooter. I'll go back to Inquisitor fighting the same monk, and it's like, oh, I have to fucking react to it faster now instead of guess.
Damn, that sucks.
Yeah.
Ooh, don't tell anybody this, but I 100% think. Well, you obviously
this is going on YouTube, man. What do you mean? It's gonna be seen by everyone who sees up to this point.
Yo, honestly, Monk might be the Ranger killer.
I don't know about that one, Chief. I'm gonna be honest.
No, I'm being 100% serious, bro. I'm not even trolling. I'm being 100% serious. If Ranger lets Monk get into Gold Cube, it's GG's. Ranger's setups become obsolete. He can't do anything about it.
I mean,
that's how good his Gold Cube is.
From what I saw, GoldenEye labbing, I'm pretty sure his slide just beats like anything you do. Like you can't sway back from him doing his pressure because the slide is literally going to catch it.
Yeah, that would be true if he does go for slide on Oki, which most Rangers never
like,
do.
Because... No, not even on Oki, like mid-screen pressure or whatever.
Oh, I was literally talking about his Oki. Like, Monk gets rid of the Oki.
Yeah, Oki, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, like on Oki, on Oki, he literally doesn't care about grenade pressure Oki.
The only case where I'd see that, like, it being different is if you're facing, like, GoldenEye, he goes for the JM into grenade. But if you face Cal, what Cal mainly does is he just does the, like, launching upward kick into the grenade. He's lower to the ground. Are you going to be able to sway M in time before you 2-way? Does 2-way.
You know what's funny? You can actually beat out the 2-way with sway. That's why I was saying...
The 2-way in that situation is not meaty?
No.
Oh, damn.
You can make it whiff, yeah. And then you get a whiff punish with sway M. But even then, you can still punish with 2-way.
That's crazy.
I know. Yeah, that's why I'm saying. Bro, I was playing, I was playing against Anti-Air earlier, and I surprised the fuck out of myself, and I'm pretty sure I surprised him. Because he went for the up kick launcher into JM for the grenade Oki JB meaty, right?
Yeah.
The first time he put me in that situation, I wasn't in Gold Cube. So when I did 6S to go past the JB, that was me labbing. I'm like, is this possible? Right? It's possible, but he lands fast enough to get a 2A, right?
So then Gold Cube, what if he does the fucking falling JB? You just do 6S 4S.
Exactly. Yep. And it doesn't blow up the grenade, unfortunately, but you do get a counter hit.
I mean, just throw out like an armored DP or something. I don't know, and then you'll get a really bad punish from that, but maybe I don't know.
From
like, what do you do after the 6S 4SM? Like, can you like jump and do like a JBJS dive kick? So you don't get hit by the grenade?
Yeah, you can go that route. or because you're in Gold Cube, you're in Todd territory. So I haven't labbed it out. I haven't labbed anything out yet. Like I told you, I don't lab. I just look for interactions mostly. In whenever I'm playing outside of tournament, I'm looking for interactions. And to try to like replicate the interaction and then put it into my game plan as well.
Okay.
Which, you know, obviously that requires labbing to like learn how to beat those interactions or like how to get the upper hand of them. But also, you know, like I don't lab up until I find an interaction I want to lab.
Okay. That makes sense. I get it.
Yeah, because like there's only so much like combo practice you can do before you like kind of just like get bored of it. Might as well do combo practice while you get beat up, bro.
Yep. It's been about 75 minutes. I feel like we had a really good conversation.
I do too. Thank you so much for inviting me.
Yep. Is there anything you want to say about any characters? Do you want to shout out anyone who you think is like you want to shout out? Do you want to plug yourself? Because I don't have like fan base at all. Like I haven't fucking uploaded anything since Grand Balance patch, I think. But no, that's not true. Ever since the Spectre patch, because I uploaded Optimals.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I mean, you for those who don't know where to find me, you just happen upon this video. I'm the GrayCapedHero. I stream fighting games for a living. I'm truly blessed to be able to do that, to be able to say that even. And I couldn't be more grateful for the people who support me. I really am. You being one of those people, Moneycat, thank you.
Yeah, I mean, literally, I was talking to my manager yesterday. I was like, "Oh, hey, literally, my favorite streamer is on right now, and his fucking notification says that you are fucking pregnant."
I love that.
Yeah, like you're definitely like my favorite streamer. I don't watch a whole lot of streaming to begin with, so I mean, like I'm not gonna default to like, oh, Shadow Royalty Live or Tompa Never Sleeps the one time in a million years they do a fucking DNF bracket.
I appreciate it, man. I really do, man.
Yeah, and
thank you.
And as for me, I am Monocat on YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch, though I've not really been very active on Twitch at all. Twitter, I'll look around and see shit, but I plan to, at some point, try and stream more. But with work and just shit that's happening in life, it's kind of hard. But at some point, I'll try and get back into a more scheduled routine.
I forgot to show people the Curse of Raw.
not the DNF first time. Of two Curse of Raw.
I'm gonna have it as like my background for the camera.
Nice. All right. Catch you all later.
Peace out.